Hey, welcome to episode 10. This week, Rockin' Rye. Concert memories in every sip. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.
That's right. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you, Ryan.
Thank you. So what's up? What's been going on, Dee?
Oh, what's been going on? Let's see. It's been about a week since we recorded. So this past week, I actually had that work trip I told you guys about. I did one of the Joe Turn and Burns in D.C.
Good girl.
Yeah, that's right. Took off Tuesday afternoon, which was well timed. We lost power 1 hour before I left my house. It was funny. You want to talk about seeing the neighborhood wander out of their houses like 11 o'clock in the morning. Loud noise.
Is it just me? Gunshots?
Yeah, right.
Transformer?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all the Karens wondered if there was a gunshot, but it turns out it was a little bird that decided to sit on a transformer. So,
jeez.
Yeah, power's out, and I'm like, well timed. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
So how was D.C.?
It was great, but like you said last time, not enough time to really enjoy much because I got there at about 5 o'clock on Tuesday and took off at 5 o'clock on Wednesday. So,
Did you at least get a good dinner out of it?
Oh, yeah, good food. That place has got some good food, to be honest with you. Can't complain.
One of these times we'll get over there because I still want to get you guys to Untitled. I think you'll like it.
You know, we should do a DC trip. The flight there is direct and it's inexpensive, and I get a discount at that Bulger place. And
Is it Delta, though, for me and Ryan?
Oh, no. You can fly your Delta. I'm going to take my American Airlines. It was fine.
Mobile.
Yeah,
Americans.
Yeah, it was
Americans.
It's not too bad.
American's good. Yeah, so
I
I had a
mean,
good time.
Yeah,
Good.
Cool. What about you?
You know, I worked from home. I went to Jackson. I worked at the corporate office. I went to a Sarah McLachlan concert.
How was the show?
Oh, my friggin' God. You know, it was a 30th anniversary tour, and so I saw her 30 years ago, and I saw her, a couple of days ago, and my God, amazing. I mean, she gets better with age from a performance perspective.
Like a fine bourbon.
Like a fine bourbon. And, she gets better looking with age. I mean, that woman, it's awesome. She's a great entertainer, great concert.
I saw Sheryl Crow on a show the other day, and I thought, damn, she's better looking now than she was back when we were younger. She aged very well.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah. Anything else going on?
Oh, no, not for me. What about you?
So this was a busy week for us. Tuesday, I took Eli to go see Foreigner, Styx, and John Waite. We got through John Waite, got through Foreigner, and about 3/4 of the way through Styx. And then they hit about 4 songs I didn't know. And I said, as soon as they play another one that's good, I'm ready. It was just a long show.
That's a long...
Good lineup, though.
Let me tell you, though, like Styx was a theatrical... It was very impressive. Like the laser lights, thinking back to 80s, 90s concerts, and it was very theatrical.
Neon.
The singer had a piano that spun around in circles, and he had on this glittery vest. That was fun. And then Wednesday, Eve and I left around noon, and I think I'd mentioned last time for Father's Day, she got me dinner and whiskey pairing at Untitled Supper Club in Chicago.
Fun.
So we went there, and it was Garrison Brothers was the distillery, the bourbon that we got to drink with the food. Food was amazing. We had Caesar salad, crab cake, pork belly in a bourbon glaze, and then orchetti pasta that looked the little ear pastas with like a stewed lamb in there, and then a pineapple upside down cake.
Wow.
Oh my God. The food was, and all that was like $95 per person.
Oh, wow.
Sounds amazing.
So I will say though, we gotta go. I mean, they do it about once or twice a month, and we can take half a day one day and half a day and be back by noon.
Let's do it.
Yep. Sign me up.
Chicago. I did meet Danny, who was the Midwest rep for Garrison Brothers. Shout out to him. He's going to come to Grand Rapids. Said he'd offer to be on the podcast with us Then I just have to take him golfing somewhere.
Darn
and
it.
then we met. We sat next to a young lady, Amy, and she was. She really knows her whiskey and bourbon. She's a wine person, but getting into whiskey and bourbon, and we exchanged info. So when we go back in July, she wanted to meet up and hang out and go to a couple of her favorite whiskey places.
I think I started following them on Instagram. Actually, they had an event over in Detroit that I was kind of interested in. So I wonder if it's the same group.
Garrison Brothers?
Women with whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was a busy week.
Yeah, it sounds
for
like
sure.
it.
So,
yeah.
But, all this talk of
Making me
concerts and stuff like that, I know. So, as we said in the title, today we're going to be doing some concert memories, and I picked a rye for us today.
Ooh.
So we're going to do a Remus Repeal Reserve. This is the release 5, which was, I think, a couple years ago. I think they're up to 7 or 8 now, but this one was open. We need to finish it off.
Sounds good to me.
So we'll go through with that.
Cheers to finishing a bottle out of your collection.
Yeah, so
Eve will be happy.
A quick,
For
Just
sure.
saying.
yeah, except I bought another bottle today to replace it with something. So.
It's kind of like shoes. When you buy a new pair of shoes, you should get rid of a pair of shoes.
It doesn't happen. Come on.
Oh, so what do we got? Well, I've never heard of Remus.
Yeah,
neither.
so this is a, like I said, the Repeal Reserve Series 5. This edition is award-winning, composed of a medley of 5 bourbons aged since 2005 to 2008. And it's a combination of rye and bourbon, and I'll try to go through this really quick. The 2005 portion is 9% bourbon, 21% rye. The 2006 bottling was 5% bourbon, 36% rye. 2006, another one was 19%, 21%. I don't know. There's a lot of bourbon and a lot of rye. It's mostly rye. We'll go with that.
Gotcha.
So, what are you smelling over there, Thea?
It's sharp, honestly. Like it's like a little bit of a pungent on the nose.
Yeah, it has. I don't want to say acetone, but
No,
it's got that burn, same kind of burn.
Yep.
I
But
smell
there's still
a
a
licorice, a black licorice flavor.
You just want to say anus again.
I know,
You do.
anise.
AKA anus. So I like it. It is strong. It's not like a burn. It's just like a hot. But it's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
I like it. I would like it. I like to tame it down with maybe a cube. I'll grab one.
All of our cubes are froze together, so now I got to put my hand in the glass
That's okay.
there. Sorry.
Wow.
But it's good, right?
It's warming my mouth, but it's not burning the throat
Right.
Yeah.
for me.
And
So-
like my whole mouth isn't numb from it.
No, just a nice warm tingle.
I agree. It's got good flavor.
So what are you getting on the flavor profile?
Your anus. I am tasting that. Some licorice. I mean, your anise.
Anise.
Anise. Okay.
Yes, let's go with that.
Okay.
Is it Ryan's though?
I hope mine does. Oh boy. Okay.
Love you, buddy.
I know you do. Are you getting any other flavors? Thea's still cracking up over here.
I'm sorry.
I almost lost.
So, okay, I'm just going to go into the distillery review.
Okay.
They say it leads with dried fruit, rich caramel, maple syrup, roasted nuts, and leather.
I'm not getting any of that.
No?
I did not get any of that.
I got the maple syrup.
Did you?
Yes, because before you made me almost lose it,
Sorry.
I was actually about to say, like, it kind of reminds me of pancakes and syrup. Like, I'm getting...
Fair enough.
So the syrup is sticking with me.
You should know after 25 years that stupid shit comes out of my mouth. I mean, come
I am
on.
fully aware. Fully.
What did it... Oh, my damn keyboard. The other thing it said is, oh, see, my screen jumped and now I'm all over the place.
Candied fruit again.
Where are
Yeah,
we
I'm not
at?
getting any fruit.
No.
The finish offers candied fruit, caramel, baking spice, and a lingering oaky rye spice. I do get an oaky rye spice.
I get the linger because that's what I was going to say is it's almost like an oak taste. I'm getting that, but that's on the end.
Yeah.
So that lingering
It's
oak.
kind of in the back of the throat on that.
Yep. It's good though. I'm really enjoying it, and I didn't have ugly face.
And you haven't, do you put the ice in already?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, it
Until we
melted.
watch the replay. It's a warm one. I mean,
It is warm.
You know, that ice cube probably melted fast because for those of you who are not in Michigan, it's kind of toasty for us here this weekend.
We're not used
It's
to
going to be
it.
in the 90s all week.
Yeah.
It's 90 right now.
We have our alumni golf outing next week.
Did I get invited? God, I have to go to Ohio
I have a
State.
volunteer list. I can sign you up if you want to volunteer.
To drive a cart?
No, you just come sweat your ass off, help us set up.
Oh, no.
You can go watch the hole-in-one contest and see if somebody wins a car.
No, are we doing a basket?
We are.
Okay, good.
We got to talk about that after
Okay,
this.
we'll talk about it.
Okie dokie. We ready to move on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. Let's talk about some concerts.
Yeah.
So, Ryan,
Yes.
tell us about your first concert.
Oh, I thought you'd never ask.
Oh.
I should have Eli and Zoe here. They could tell it to you.
How many times have they heard this story?
Every time Def Leppard comes on the radio.
Oh, my God. Def Leppard.
Good thing it's not that often
Yeah.
anymore.
They
It's terrible.
So I was in 6th grade for that one. First concert. The neighbor, my neighbor Paul and Andy, offered to take me down, and it was at Buckeye Lake in, I think that's east of Columbus, somewhere down by Columbus. And I'm sitting there thinking about that as we were planning for the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no idea. So their parents took us down, dropped us off, and then came back. And this is out in the field, like parking,
Country concert?
30,000 cars, it seemed like, out there. And somehow we still found them when they came back to pick us up after the concert. But it was memorable. It was Def Leppard in Europe.
Nice.
And it was raining like hell when we got there. So next to us was a mudslide. Bunch of people running down. And I will say it was the first time I ever saw boobies.
Nice.
Up on stage.
Nice.
That's
As
memorable for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, it was like far away boobies, but
Hey,
you
they're
know.
still boobies.
Hey, they were real boobs. How many 6th graders could say they actually saw?
Nowadays?
Now, yeah, that's a different story. What about you,
Well,
Joe?
fun.
You know, my first concert, I was 10 years old. It was 1988. And my mom had a love of George Michael. So she took my dad and her and my sister and I to see George Michael, the Faith Tour. And it was in Detroit at the Palace of Auburn Hills. It was one of the it's still to this day my favorite concert of all time. I mean, it was just one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And you know, remembering my mother, you know, standing on the chair, jumping up and down. I mean, it was just nobody sat down. Nobody sat down. It was just electrifying, and just the visual aspects. He was like in a cage, and it kind of opened up, and it had like green smoke and purple laser lights that spelled faith. And it was in the concert. Just, I mean, it didn't stop. It was incredible. So that was my first one. It was amazing. What about you?
B.
How old were you again, Joe?
I was 10 years old.
So you were 10, and Ryan was in 6th grade, so you were 12. Is that about right?
Yeah, probably somewhere around there. Although
11 or 12?
I tried to go to a Michael Jackson concert
Did you?
when I was in
Try to
4th
break in?
grade. One of my mom's coworkers had 2 tickets, and he offered to take me, and Mom was like, "Hell no!
Oh my God, that
you're
was so
not,
awesome.
You're not going." And that was like during the Thriller
Oh, man.
Thriller release.
Oh, I wish you could have gone.
I know.
I you know, there's this part of me I didn't have a lot of music exposure as a child. I don't know why. I can't think of even a reason why, but my first concert was actually when I was a freshman in college, so I was 18. And the first real concert I went to was really a small concert. Have you guys heard of Gravity Kills?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we saw them in Kalamazoo because I went to Western University as a freshman. And they played in an old... I have to say it was a church because there were stained glass windows up on the, but it was just open. There was no pews and stuff. So it was like this open sort of warehouse space with all these stained glass windows. And it was just this amazing acoustic experience. Such a great experience. My first experience at obviously concert and mosh pit all in one. And apparently I had such a great time. Like we did the whole body surfing and everything. I chose to wear a white t-shirt. And the next morning when we woke up, somebody took a look at the back because I fell asleep in my clothes. Took a look at the back of my shirt, and there was this beautiful, probably like size 12 Timberland boot print on the back of my shirt. And somebody was like, "Did somebody step on your back?" And I'm like, "I don't know. We're in a mosh pit. I got bumped around. It's possible."
How old were you?
I was 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
It was such a really cool experience. But
Sounds like it.
Yeah, that's one of my first memories of concert experiences was Gravity Kills.
Very
I know
nice.
Mansfield used to have a chili cook-off. I don't know if they still do or not. But they used to get like the old timer bands coming in. And I remember sitting there with my mom and dad and grandmother and the whole family was at the chili cook-off. And Chubby Checker and the Fat Boys were doing the twist. And that was pretty memorable. I remember that. That was fun.
Yeah, my mom took me to cool concerts. She was definitely the cool mom. She when I was young, took me to David Bowie, and I went with her and my dad to see Rolling Stones. I mean, I was young.
I saw them at Ohio State.
Did you?
In Ohio Stadium.
Oh, cool.
Man,
Yeah.
that was a hell of a show.
Yeah,
that was
it really
back
was.
in the 90s.
It was. Yeah, I mean, I had a cool mom, and she exposed me to a lot of stuff, so it was really cool.
I know. I have a feeling we're going to get off our rough agenda today because Eli and I were talking about this the other day, and he was like, what's the coolest concert? What's the, which one would you want again? All these things.
Yep.
And like I've seen Eric Clapton, I've seen so many people. Like I had a whole photo album with just tickets in it.
Nice.
Probably like
Nice.
30 pages
That's
Very
awesome.
cool.
of stuff. And the girl I dated in high school loved concerts. So, and she had a job.
When you could afford them.
She paid for most of it, but not all of them. But during that time, and we saw a lot of stuff at fairgrounds and
Nice.
different places.
What would you say your favorite part about the concert experience is? Is it the people? Is it the dancing? Is it the music? Is it the show they put on with the music?
I am a big theatrical person for the most part. Now, there are some shows that I just want to sit, chill, and listen. If we go to Midtown listening room downtown, that's just about the music, singer-songwriter stuff, and I love that. But, like, if I'm going to a big venue, I want fucking lights, not hitting me in the face, which was the problem with Foreigner this visit that we went to Tuesday. Like, the crowd lights were shining in our face the whole time, and I couldn't handle that. It was like I thought I was going to go into epileptic seizure. But, like, playing guitar and stuff, I love the instrumental piece of it, too.
Yep.
What about you?
I'd have to say I agree with that because, like I just said, like the type of music that Gravity Kills, like the mosh pit it's the activity, right? So, I mean, the ambiance of the building, there was no lights for them. It was more about the music, the sound, the activity of dancing or moshing, however you look at it. But I agree with you. There's definitely places. I haven't been to nearly as many concerts as you, but the ones that I'm thinking of where, like, it's a good acoustical, like, guitar place, like, they highlight it really well.
Right.
right? And people aren't like disruptive to it. Like concert goers are honestly, like from my experience, concert goers are pretty good with the right kind of activity for the concerts I've been to.
Correct.
You know?
I agree.
So,
You know, one thing that annoys me now about concerts is the fact that every person in front of you thinks they need to fucking video record the concert and holding their cameras up like right in your line of sight.
Yeah,
that drives me nuts. It's like, okay, take a snapshot and then go download something on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, and share that, act like you took it, whatever. I don't know. It bothers me.
Fair, however, I am so grateful at this Sarah concert that my partner videotaped clips, and you can relive the concert experience, you know. So there's, you know, it wasn't held up here. I mean, it was down here, but I mean, it's.
Well, that's different.
Right.
I don't like the people that are like holding them, you know, 2 feet over their head. And it's
I get
like,
you. But man, the memories and I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I've listened to these videos since I've been back from that concert. It's just so cool.
Sarah went to see Izzo last year with Amanda, one of her best friends, and Amanda did a lot of recordings, and like there was some really good, just brief cuts. Like it wasn't the whole song that she was able, you know, she had to post it, so it had to be kind of like a short, if you will, and they were really good, and they touched Amanda, so you got to see like what part of that concert meant a lot to her. So maybe what they need to do, Ryan, is just have like if you're going to record, you need to stand in this section here. And if you're not going to record, then you can be here and not disrupt people. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I'm just getting old because I'm sure I was
exactly
at that
what I was
point.
thinking. I'm like, dude, you're an old man.
And it was like at this concert this week, I got to sit for most of the show, and we were straight on the stage, but back, you know, against the wall, up in the top of Van Andel.
Yep.
So I didn't have to look over people. Now, there was a family in front of us, and the mom was in front of me. She had a 11, 12-year-old daughter, 2 teenage boys, and dad. And the daughter just wanted to order something off of, I don't think it was Amazon. She was on some clothing website. Her mom kept stealing her phone. The girl was throwing a fit. It was like, she did not want to be there at all.
Well, it's old people music.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, come on.
So would you say the Sarah McLachlan concert was the best one you've ever seen? Or I know you've been to a couple of them.
I have. From a Sarah perspective, it was the best Sarah concert I have ever been to. I mean, my goodness gracious, that woman put on quite a show. And, you know, watching this, so I got VIP ticket experience, so I got to see her sound check.
So we're changing it. Hashtag Joe, the VIP experience.
Stop it right now.
Ooh, this week.
Stop it this week.
This week.
But I did the VIP experience, and to watch her soundtrack and really see her in her element. You know, she's in like a little skirt and a little tank top, and she's talking to the audience, and she's just so cute. Stop. I know.
I don't have that sound
She's
effect.
so beautiful.
We're going to work on that.
It's her smile for me. Like, you know, her teeth, her smile, that you know, that's my
you're
jam.
You're a teeth girl.
I am a teeth girl.
Yep.
Yeah, no crooked teeth. No. I spent a lot of money on these little freaking things. No. But, you know, her smile and how she's infectious with the crowd. It was amazing.
I'll have to look her up.
I mean, she's amazing. And was it the best concert I've ever seen? No, but top 3 for sure. I mean, you know, I love George Michael. But yeah.
What about you, Thee? What's some of the best concerts overall that you've seen?
Sorry, I was looking up Sarah McLachlan.
I know. I'm going to do that on my phone while you're talking.
Yeah, there you go. Because I
wonderful.
now have a visual. You can catch up with me, Ryan. You know, a few performers come to mind. I told you guys about seeing Usher a while back when I first met Sarah. And I remember that performance, and he was really good. The dancing was really good. The choreography was good. His music was, I mean, it was on fire. That was like late 90s or like, it was that
I
his
would like
best
to see
time.
Usher.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. He's like the next best thing to Michael Jackson. I mean, as far as how he moves, right? So that was an awesome show. In addition to it has that emotional tie because it was the first time I met Sarah. So that one is good. I also went and saw Brian Wilson. So I told you that
Beach Boys?
Yeah, from the Beach Boys. We didn't have a lot of musical experiences in my house, but my dad did have this collection. You remember the Time Life? I think we even talked about this when we did our 80s or 90s episode, but you remember that subscription service from Time Life where they'd send you a cassette tape every week or something like that?
Yeah, I had Columbia House and BMG. I'd renew, cancel just to get the...
We know,
my
DJ boy.
My dad had the Cruise into the Classics one. So we always had like the kind of music like the Beach Boys. And so I loved the Beach Boys. It was one of my favorite groups as a child. So a few years ago, I was able to take my mom to see Brian Wilson. And, you know, he's pretty old. And was the concert, like, experience itself, like, the best thing ever and most memorable? No, but my mom was there. You know, so I'll always have that. I'm big on the memories part, so...
Did he play a lot of Beach Boys stuff?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
He even had a video of him and Mike Love. Well, a video with Mike Love kind of partnering in on a song with him, and Mike Love was actually my favorite Beach Boy. So I don't know. I don't remember why, but maybe it was his deep voice or something. But yeah, so I think concerts have different best reasons, like performance-wise, memory-wise. Like there's a lot of reasons. What about you, Ryan?
So I went through a long phase of country. Like I liked going to country concerts. We were listening to a lot of country. Brad Paisley is probably hands down one of the best guitar players next to Eddie Van Halen that I've ever seen live. And I think we've been to like 4 or 5 of his shows.
Oh, wow.
But the second one we went to, we got tickets last minute, and we were like center stage on the floor, back one little section, and then he brought a stage out to right where we were. So he did like a whole acoustic set in the middle of Van Andel, like we were 2 rows back from that. And that was like awesome experience. Just being able to, you know, almost hear the guitar strings as he's playing, not even through the amp, that you're that close.
Oh my God.
So that was really cool. And then we saw Zach Brown Band at Van Andel.
Oh, I'd go see them.
Oh my God.
I would go see them. My brother's seen them a couple of times. It was like,
their harmonies,
I love
instrumentals was dead nuts the whole show.
Wow.
Now, I'm going to transition into the worst concert experience.
Already?
Which was the Zach Brown Band.
Oh, no.
Not the band. But, so we had bought tickets. We had a group of 8 of us. And Miss Wendy, the kid's preschool teacher, growing up, and good
Miss
friend
Wendy.
of ours now, she had bought the tickets online. Well, they were sold out in like 5 minutes or something, so she bought on the Ticketmaster exchange site. So it was on Ticketmaster, but verified resale.
Yeah.
So we get to the show, all had our tickets up, and they downloaded everything, and they were like invalid tickets. So it's like, what the hell? Evidently, the person that bought it had bought too many tickets, like there was an allocation of 8, and they bought 20 or something, and they canceled all of our tickets. Aww. So we went to the ticket office, and they actually had, and we paid, it was like $100+ for those tickets.
That's it?
And it might have been a little higher.
Don't tell E.
But then, she knows, because Miss Wendy had purchased them all. And then, so when that happened, we went to the ticket office to try to understand why we couldn't get in. And then they told us, they said, but we have $65 seats, like front row on the side. It's like, well, shit, that's like 60% less than what we paid. So long story short, Miss Wendy dealt with it on the credit card side of things, got her money back on that. Then we only had to pay $65 for better seats.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
But damn, the show was good.
So that wasn't the concert. That was more like
Experience.
the experience. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, I think it's really funny. You brought up something that triggered a memory for me when you were talking about your experience with. I think you said it was Brad Paisley that came out into the stage.
Yeah.
I saw Melissa Etheridge at the Fernando, and she did something similar. So I don't know, maybe 11 or 15 rows back and towards the center aisle, and she had put the stage kind of behind the seated area, and then she walked out to her stage, not quite as similar as yours, but she walked by, and I touched her hand, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. But then she's in the middle of, like 360 degrees of people around her, and she's just rocking her guitar. And as far as like a female guitar player, like girl can do she can riff. Yeah. Yep. So that was like this solo beautiful experience that I got to like similar.
Yeah.
So this wasn't on anything I wanted to talk about, but I just want to point out, I am so glad you fucked up. You. Thee.
You're pointing at Thee, not me.
I am pointing at Thee.
Oh, so this one's not a family-rated episode anymore.
It is not. So I got to go to Shania Twain with his girlfriend, or I don't know what the fuck you did to her, but I got to go to the concert, Shania Twain, with Lisa. And
she wasn't my girlfriend.
Well, you know what? Whatever she was. However, I wasn't a country fan, but I went. Oh my God. That concert was out of control. That was amazing. I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad Athena screwed up. And I'm so glad I get to be here. I'm like, it was amazing. So thank you, buddy. Thank you.
So, guess what time it is?
It's
time for the reach around.
I wanted it.
All right, let me do the reach here.
Okay, buddy.
So, I brought us a treat. I was telling you
treats.
about the event Eve and I were at this week. And
Garrison.
as we were leaving, they were handing out grab bags of stuff. So I got a couple of little staves for putting 4 of these glasses on. Mm-hmm. Some bumper stickers and stuff. And Amy, that we were sitting next to, kept pouring us extra drinks when they would turn their back to us.
That's a woman in whiskey right there.
I know. She's my favorite now. And as she was like, I wonder if they'll give us a bottle. No. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know, and she bailed at the end. And I was out in the lobby, and Danny was walking out, and I was like, you've got like 4 unopened bottles. Any chance, I could get... And he handed out a couple, but he wouldn't give us the private barrel because somebody else had bought that. So this is Garrison Brothers small batch. So this is probably on the lower end of the, the base mash. Something interesting about Garrison is they use the same mash for all of their whiskeys.
Interesting.
And again, this one is the small batch. They also are from High Texas, handcrafted 1 barrel at a time. And they use a #1 premium food grade white corn in their mash, not other stuff. And Joe's faces. It's different after rye. I'm sure you should have tasted some water.
I did. But this is interesting. So I switched it. And I got it all the way everywhere. Yeah, stop it. So, but it's unique. It's different. Unique. I like it. There's a little, I don't know what it is. It's like it's not a burn.
It's young.
You don't young.
Taste the strong oak in this.
No, you do not. However, I can taste it's. I like it. I want to know more about this whole Garrison brand. I like it.
So let me finish this here,
Sorry,
and then we'll move on. No, you're good. You're good. So like I said, it's #1 food grade white corn, soft red winter wheat, and it's all 2-row barley. It's all grown locally to High Texas.
I can.
So
taste,
what are you?
I can taste the the grain. Like, okay, so you're talking my lingo since I'm in bakery, right? So I'm the red wheat and the all that stuff, right? So I can taste it. I
need one of those cubes.
I like, what? I do not. I just want to for the audience. I want you to know I don't have a cube in this, and I'm not putting one in this. I like this. This is raw agricultural. It's good. It's really good.
So I will tell you, this was not my favorite of the pours. They have a Guadalupe.
Okay.
That's re-aged in, and I didn't look it up, some casks from South America.
Okay.
I think it's like port casks or something.
Oh,
that
nice.
one is really good.
I bet.
And then the mixed drinks they gave us had, it was a honey, but it was still bourbon because I found out you can't, if you blend it with honey, it's not bourbon anymore. It's just whiskey. So after they've aged it, they inject honey into the barrels, and then they put it in like a steeping bag, and put it down in and age it again.
Oh my God, I had no idea about that. That's cool. I had no idea.
So their tasting notes, they give golden delicious apple, meat, and honey.
That might be why I don't like it. I don't like golden delicious apples. I'm not a fan. Like,
Floral,
I'm not reading this
fresh
one right.
cut grass,
Ugh.
saddle leather, cinnamon, and honey.
Mm-hmm.
This one it's a young. You can tell. I think they're all 3 or 4 years aged.
I'm not, and I don't think that's it. I can respect a good young one. This one. So first of all, off the nose, I was smelling swimming pool. Like, that's what I got out of. Like, I was almost like a bleach, like
Really?
a chlorine. Like, I felt like I was like in a pool. So it was reading kind of chemical-y for me off the nose, and then
Ethanol, like that alcohol.
it could be it. Yeah, like just in a kind of weird way.
Yes,
And
Joe.
then you got to the tasting notes, and you said golden delicious apple, and I'm like, yeah, okay, so that's coming across. So if you like golden delicious apples, this might be a good one for you. I'm not a fan, and I'm sometimes not a fan of honey. So if that's the two most tasting note reading forward things that they're putting in their own thing, then that's why it's not my personal cup of tea.
I just want to point out that this is the first freaking time that, that is you, right? So usually it's me, right? So usually it's me who has that ugly face, and I'm not drinking it. And
I was owning my fugly over here.
You did own your fugly. But I am definitely tasting the egg. It's in, there's no flour in this, right? So, but I'm tasting the flour mill, like not tasting it, but smelling it, and because that's my,
like the process. You're getting the whole, the mash, and
so it's very, and that is young, but for them, this isn't horrible. This isn't no, it's good. I mean, I would drink it. I like it. Mm-hmm. It's enjoyable. It's different with a cube. Did you try it with one?
Yeah,
it is a little different.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna try it again now that the whole cube is melted, and it really will open
different,
up. But I'm not, by all means. I love that we have different perspectives.
Me too.
Like, I welcome. That's one of my favorite things about kind of like whiskey in this whole realm is like, you may hear this awesome review from someone who you typically agree with their tasting, profile notes and stuff like that, and then you go and try it, and it's not your thing. And I think that's the beautiful thing. We are in the month of June, so let's celebrate diversity. Like, I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
I've definitely had worse.
Me too.
I will put that out there. Like, this didn't make me like, no, I'm not taking another sip. And I've had those.
I've
like
had
that
them too.
AI whiskey.
That stuff was no
was
thank you.
That was like eating grass with charcoal burn on the back of your throat.
But you
Not
guys
the
are
good
going to
kind of
finish the
grass.
bottle. You guys will finish the bottle.
No. I think I threw it away.
Did you?
Either that or Sarah might be trying to cook with it.
Didn't somebody ask you? I told you somebody to give it to. Michael, Eve's assistant coach's wife, would love
maybe
that
I kept it
campfire
then. Did I put
stuff.
it in your? You don't know where I put it?
I don't
place?
You don't know where I put a place. He has so many bourbon places.
I have so many cabinets and crevices filled with bourbon that
Yes.
it's
Well,
sometimes I am amazed when I go into a cabinet
Yep.
and it's like, oh
Oh.
shit, I forgot about that.
Actually, now that the ice cube melted,
It's
it's a little different.
Yep, it is. Weird.
Still not my favorite. And
That's fair. Can you taste like the ag, like the processing of stuff, like? And maybe that doesn't make sense to you because I deal with it a lot. But
hey, I used to work in food processing. I mean, but no.
love you, thank you.
Okay. Back to our concert conversations.
I like it. Let's do it.
Thank you, Ryan. First of all, thank you for sharing
Yeah.
a new
your stuff.
experience, 2 new whiskey distilleries I hadn't heard of, and
And
sharing your
it's-
experience with us.
It was even a little different at the time because they had paired it with the food. So, I know we've talked about that before too.
Oh,
is
yeah.
something we wanted
We
to
gotta
discuss.
have that
Yeah, we
episode.
do. We
So-
should do that.
Yep.
We should do that
Yep.
because I think that would be interesting to
Yeah.
pair with food to really understand the correlation between the two.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, the other topic I had on here was maybe the wildest or craziest concert experiences that you guys have had. Who wants to go first?
Not me.
Not you?
I want to throw one out there to Joe.
Okay.
And this isn't going to be your typical wildest, craziest one, but as we were thinking about these, and I refrained from putting it in the notes because I want to see Joe's face.
Okay, I'm watching.
So,
I'm ready.
so one of these times I'm going to tell you the story about how I bought my house. But at one point, I was actually renting a room in that house, and Joe used to hang out with me like all the time. But we were just buddies. We've always been just buddies.
Yep. We never
And
slept together.
The woman that owned the house, she was this beautiful, amazing person. She owned at that time Brian's bookstore out on Grand Valley State University's campus. Are you familiar?
Amazing woman.
I know where it's at.
She also owned a coffee shop. I mean, now she's like the best realtor in Grand Rapids. She's just this fantastic person and very giving. And she bought us tickets to go see Macy freaking Gray. And Joe and I were like these silly little
Stupid children.
22-year-old.
Yeah.
And we were like, this is great. Then she took us to the mall.
She did.
And she bought us clothes.
She did.
She would, yeah.
Did she buy you candy too?
She did not. However,
Come
I
get
had
in
the
my
coolest,
minivan. I'll take you to the mall. I'll
No,
buy
I
you
had
some
the
candy.
coolest shirt. It was you could.
I know. These clothes she bought, Ryan, are clothes we never, ever probably would have bought because we were Abercrombie girls.
Yep.
Like we were, what's that song? LFO? Okay, anyway.
You're old.
So these were like these techno, like I had these big green, like silvery green colored pants and this like orange shirt that was like super touchy. And we had some experience, like, I don't know. It was just such a fun concert. And we rode with a bunch. How many people did she take? Like 6 or 8 people with us to that concert?
I don't know.
In the Chevy Chevette.
And we
No,
were
no,
not
no, no.
high. I
We
swear
were
to
not.
God, we were not high. But it almost felt like we were because
I
it was
don't-
just this
I don't remember
oblivious
what kind of
experience.
car she had, but it was
A
like
Range
a
Rover?
light green.
Land-
No, we went in
Land
that
Rover?
light green, like station old
Waggy?
school wagon, old school. She took us in that. We did not go in
swear
a
to God,
Range
Ryan,
Rover.
we weren't high. I swear.
No, we did not go in the Range Rover. We went in that light, like it wasn't mint, but it was a light green, like station wagon. That's what we rode in to the concert. Because I was thinking about that. I was like, that was one of the fucking coolest memories ever. Like it was just great from all aspects, right? So from her doing what she did and being so giving, because she was an
Yeah.
amazing human.
is.
Yeah. Like we had dinner with her a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
We should set that up again.
Yes, we should.
I freaking love that woman. Oh my God. But she bought us clothes. We got in her little station wagon. Went up. It was old station wagon. I'm gonna text her and ask her what that was.
Okay.
But it was amazing.
So,
and it was a great concert.
See, I did good, right?
You did do good.
Yeah, good. I don't.
Ah,
Yeah,
what a good memory.
you'd have to been there to be. What's yours, Ryan? What's your craziest? And try to outdo that because we had cool clothes.
I didn't have cool anything at that point in time. The one thing that was coming to mind when I put that down was Polaris Amphitheater outside just north of Columbus had just opened. And that was sometime while I was at Ohio State. Mm-hmm. And like they were rushing, I think, to get the stadium or the
they usually
the
are.
venue done.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And they had just sodded the entire grass area, like freshly sodded. And I was there to see Metallica and the Scorpions. Yeah. And holy shit, there were like 3-4 foot sections of sod flying through the air, hitting people. And it had rained, and then it got muddy when they picked all the sod up, and then they were throwing sod balls. That one was like not the music and stuff was fun.
It's like
and
a mud fest.
It was it was messy. But damn, the music was good. And then I saw Van Halen at Blossom up by Cleveland, and that one was just amazing. Eddie Van Halen and Sammy Hagar,
nice.
Mike Anthony, all those guys or Mark Anthony. That one was a crazy. They had like a carnival set up in the back area.
Yeah.
It was just weird. And that was like, I think I was 21, so I could drink. That might have been one of the first concerts I was legally drinking at.
I'm adjusting one of my future answers to a question we have on our outline.
Just go there.
So, do you guys ever... So, I never totally got into being a Metallica or a really heavy band kind of fan, but do you ever just have a moment where you need to either just like express yourself in a way or just get your out, so you just turn on some Metallica and you can't listen to that stuff quiet, so you got to turn it up?
Enter the Sandman, that's my jam.
There you go. Yeah. Like, I don't know, I really am not a fan. I'm not
I
couldn't tell you Metallica albums, I couldn't tell you, but there's a few songs that I can turn on. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
So my like hidden secret band that I used to just fucking rock
Porno
out
for
to.
Pyros?
No, but is that your bag of shit sitting up there on the...
No, I brought it for Joe.
Oh, it's Joe's. All week we've been calling Eli's friends trying to figure out who's left this bag of stuff on the table.
Bag of shit. It's Joe's bag of shit.
And I'm like, who the hell still listens to CDs?
It's Joe's techno.
Joe. You know what? Joe doesn't listen to CDs, but Joe's gonna listen to those motherfucking CDs. I'm gonna go back.
Now I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying?
Metallica.
We were talking about old school, like...
Yeah. Oh, shit.
It's okay.
Future episode on age
I
coming
wish we had
soon.
another reach around.
I can get you some more. You want some more rye?
Yes.
Or we got stuff behind you. Grab that round bottle that's up here. I'll get it.
So, you guys, before we get into our next episode, I would like to take a second here, and I would like to give a shout out to... we've talked about a few of the gatherings that Ryan's had here at the house and how we've met some of the people in the neighborhood. And I would like to give a shout out to Rob. Rob, I don't know your last name. I'm
Rich.
sorry.
Robert Rich.
Okay. So, Rob...
He's texting me as we're talking here.
Aw. So, I seriously want to... Like, Rob, you're super encouraging. I appreciate you. You are uplifting. Even before this podcast started, you were just like, whenever I would run into you at Ryan's house, you were like just a really positive person. And so thank you for being that person. And then second, thank you for being someone who's supporting our podcast and in the way that you are. Like, I love getting your text messages saying, I talked to somebody else and I got another subscriber for you. And I mean, you were just energetic and enthusiastic. And so shout out, Rob. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. He's, I was with Rob yesterday, and he wants to be on the show.
I think he should.
He has a lot of good ideas. He has a lot of questions to ask both of you that he wants to talk about.
Oh my God, I don't.
I mean,
know
like
any
normal
of them.
stuff.
I don't want to know any of
yeah.
them because that was what was fun about the last episode. Is
That could be fun.
I had no idea what you were going to ask.
But we
us.
get 2 free passes. We got to set up the rules.
He's
I mean,
amazing.
I
He's
went
amazing.
to his daughter's grad party last week.
She should have
and
invited me. I give money.
You were supposed to pick me up.
I was?
Yeah, Rob and I forgot to tell you that.
Oh, details.
Sorry.
So anyways,
I wasn't
and
invited.
I met like 4 people. As soon as I got there, he was like introducing me to everyone. And I felt like I might be popular, but
You are.
we're getting there
You are.
slowly. But
It's
we
okay.
got to
You know what's-
figure out how to turn it up faster
You know
because
what's
one
fun?
person at a time is going to take us forever.
I forgot to tell you guys this. One of my best parts about my turn and burn in DC was getting on the plane, coming home, and the attendant that greets you when you step across and was like, "Welcome to your flight." And she saw my T-shirt and I had our podcast T-shirt on, and she's like, "I love that." She's like, "I mean, I'm a tequila drinker, but I could get down with that. It starts with whiskey. It always starts with whiskey." And I was like, "That is fantastic! Like such a cool." She hadn't listened to us, so I don't have the cool story that Ryan had where, he listened to somebody, but
So I will give a shout out too, since we're doing that now.
Do it.
When we were at Butcher's Union on Friday, I had my phone, similar
No.
thing,
Did you
sitting
have your
upside
phone?
down with this podcast stickers on it.
love it.
And Drew, the guy that was sitting next to me, noticed it and was asking about it. So I got to chat with him and his wife, Andrea. And come to find out, she was on a podcast recently, and she runs a big pizza chain down in Southeast Michigan, and she seemed really cool. She offered to be on the podcast too. So at some point, we really got to get fucking guests on here,
Okay.
I think. So
We're working on it.
I
we're
think
working
you're right.
it. Oh, so what about concert venues? Get us back on track. Is there
Okay.
any venue that you've been to that you were like, holy crap, this place is amazing? And I'll kick it off with Red Rocks in Colorado. That place
It's
is
unbelievable.
the atmosphere. There's a lot
I
of
don't
weed
know if
there
anything
too,
can
but
beat that.
the scenery is
It's
amazing.
stupid. Stupid.
You've been there, Joe.
Yes, I have.
All right.
I did a lot of projects in Denver, and Red Rocks is stupid. It's unbelievable.
But our
Unbelievable.
local venue, Van Andel, is
It's great.
for a smaller major venue. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's a great place. I love an outdoor concert.
Me too.
So
Where I
I'm
just
going
was
to
at.
throw in Pine Knob or
That doesn't
Even-
exist.
not anymore. For my
Michigan Lottery Amphitheater in Sterling Heights is the new Pine Knob, and it's amazing.
even the Frederick Meyer Gardens for like
Okay.
a small intimate like outdoor place. That's a nice place. I don't have a lot of experience, so I'm not going to be able to.
But you're pretty.
You
Love
look
you.
good drinking whiskey.
I love
Yeah.
you.
I am excited to get our new amphitheater here in Grand Rapids, though.
Oh,
I
I'm
think that's
thrilled.
going to be
Oh.
badass.
Sidebar, guys.
Okay.
I was out in Kentwood. Man, everything circles around this stupid work trip. I was coming back from the airport. There's already a professional soccer team here in Grand Rapids.
Dude, where you been?
I didn't know that.
Where
Why didn't
have
you tell
you
me?
been?
I thought we were waiting for the soccer field to come
No,
in.
we have to get season tickets to that as
I
well.
thought they left.
No, they
didn't
didn't.
have a
They're
venue
there.
to
They were
play.
They have a venue.
They were practicing. They were out there on
yeah.
Schaefer and Anyway,
GRFC?
okay.
No.
Interesting.
No,
I got
it starts
this,
with an M.
you guys.
Well,
So
it changed.
we're going to have
Okay, sidebar.
Rise, and then we're going to have soccer.
Yeah.
And if you
sidebar.
want gold, we can have gold too. And I'm going to have to
You're
move
gonna
to
have to
Grand
cut
Rapids.
this.
Okay, we're not cutting anything.
We
I'm
are
just
not
posting
motherfucking
shit.
cutting anything.
We're done with that.
This is the short.
Just post it, buddy. We don't have to do shit. There's no cocoa.
I'm
We're
sorry,
good.
I sidetracked. Back to the concerts.
Yeah.
You know what? But our listeners, I think, like our
I'm
sidetracks.
excited. Yep.
Okay.
They do.
Go for it. What were you
Okay.
going to say? You said back to the concerts.
Back to the concerts.
Oh, back to the concerts.
She's our-
so, Joe,
she's
did you come up with a... No, never mind.
What about dream concerts? I know Joe came up with a dream concert.
I did.
Joe's got a lot of dreams in
I
here.
do have dreams. So my 3 dreams, because I couldn't just pick one.
You can't talk about 2 of them.
Why? I can't. No, I have to have 3.
Okay, go for it.
I have 3.
Who are they? 3 of them.
I would love to see Genesis.
1.
I'd love to see Michael Jackson.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I'm so sorry, Ryan.
I know, I missed that
I know.
opportunity. Thanks, Mom.
And yeah, your mom. And I would give anything to see George Michael again.
Again.
My God, again. That guy. Every time his music comes on my radio, on my Sirius XM, oh my God, I just jam. I fucking love that guy.
I would love to see Pink Floyd. I think we had talked about this earlier when I was in Columbus.
Good one.
I was outside the stadium, heard it clear as day, but like back to the visual thing, I want to see the visuals of that.
Yep, I get it.
Pink Floyd and Dead or Alive Queen. I would love to see Queen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
good
Dead or Alive, huh?
Yeah.
So Adam Lambert, you'd see him.
I would see Adam Lambert.
He would, you know what? If there's any other person in this whole world, that guy, he could be Freddie Mercury.
Who's Adam Lambert?
Huh?
Really? You're stupid. You're stupid. But no.
Is that America's Got Talent?
Oh my God.
No, it was.
Oh my God.
He is.
No,
But
it was.
he didn't win.
It
He
was
didn't
American
win.
Idol. Season.
I don't know.
Dun, dun,
I don't
dun,
know
dun.
either.
I don't know.
I don't know
You
either.
don't know either.
But I went to see Kelly Clarkson. Speaking of,
Shut up.
I saw her with Maroon 5.
You did not.
I wish I would have seen her with Maroon 5, but I saw her just a few years ago. Sarah got us tickets for Christmas. Sarah was giving away memories for Christmas. It was really cool.
That's cool.
Instead of giving handheld gifts, she
Yeah.
gave away memories, and so she bought Lex and me and her tickets to go see Kelly Clarkson.
I
That
love
was
it.
really cool. That was really
Dude,
She was
fucking
amazing.
cool.
She's
Yeah.
got a set of vocal
Wow,
cords.
those
like,
pipes.
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
You know, and I just want to point out, I said she's fucking cool. I was talking about Sarah. Like,
Clarification.
like no. I wanted to call it Sarah. Like, that's my big thing is I get presents for memories, and you know what? It's all about the memory.
I haven't got a present for memories yet.
You know what?
You've got a lot of memories, Ryan.
You do.
I do.
You just don't realize yet. Joe
That's
has,
why we're recording this podcast.
Joe has
so there's
implanted.
records of them before I get too freaking old and can't.
Yeah, don't you worry, because Joe's pretty on it.
So my dream concert,
Okay, tell us.
ultimate dream concert, dead or alive, I would want to see the Beatles.
I love it.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want the Beatles in 2024. I would want to time travel and see the Beatles when the Beatles were like taking over the world in the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
That's 60s.
What about Elvis?
Honestly, I
And
was
the
thinking
Rat
the same
Pack.
thing. As I was
And-
thinking through this like
yeah.
potential questions, I was like, am I going to put the Beatles or Elvis? Because I've got total respect for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them. And fun fact, taking it kind of back to diversity and a little bit of like, you know, that kind of
We're
perspective.
still in June.
Yeah. Did you know the Beatles would not play at a concert venue where it was segregated?
Fuck yes. No, I did not, but that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, fun fact for you.
I love it.
So the Beatles are one of my favorite like all-time greats, like that twangy, beautiful boy music. Respect to the boy band.
Respect.
But
That's fucking
seriously, like, yeah, I would go see them.
That would be a good
Back
one. I
in
forgot
time.
about that one. Yeah.
Not now. Yeah, okay. I would see them now too, but my dream would be to see them back then.
cool.
Right.
I wanted to see the walrus. I like the walrus.
Huh? What the fuck?
I like the
You've
walrus.
had- You've had 2.5 drinks. I poured you a third, and now
Gave her
you're.
one before we got here.
Oh,
and
boy.
a moonshine.
Oh, you drank some of that moonshine that
It
was in the fridge?
It was
Oh,
fucking
shout
good
out to
as
Lex.
shit. Oh my God, shout out to Lex.
I don't
That
know
was
how
good
she had
as shit.
leftovers.
I don't either. Tina and I were talking about how we wouldn't have leftovers.
No.
That's stupid. Why would we have leftovers? We would have finished
Because
it.
they're a controlled generation.
They're a very controlled
Yeah.
generation, and wow.
Well, I think it's about that time.
Is it?
It is.
And there we go. There's the exit call.
Check us out.
Yep, Joe the Experience.
Rye Guy Whiskey GR.
Whiskey Fee.
Thanks, everybody. Hit
Thank
us
you,
up
guys.
and let us
Thank
know
you.
what you want to hear.